Hi everybody, welcome to Rove Motorhomes at Gunthorpe. My name's Charlie and today I'll be walking around this gorgeous Bailey Adamo 75-4 DL. Now the DL stands for double lounge, which I'm sure you're all keen and waiting to see. But first and foremost, bit of information on the vehicle. It's a 4-berth 4-belt. It does have a gross weight currently of 4,250 kilograms, which when these vehicles come out of the factory, they actually come at 3,500 kg, but someone's obviously had it uprated from factory just to ensure that they're not being governed by any payload. Obviously they can just fill it up stress-free, not worrying about a single thing. But not to worry, if you do need it to be a C1, 3.5 ton for your license, we can reduce that back down with a paper trail and a bit of an exercise in-house, so we can get that done for you, no problems. Now the vehicle itself is 7.48 meters long, 2.38 meters wide, and it's on the Ford 2-litre chassis on the 2023 plate. Now without further ado, let's take a look around. So on the outside of the vehicle, you've obviously got your daytime running LEDs. We've obviously coming down, you've got your alloy wheels. Moving down the vehicle, obviously on the driver's side, we've got the rear cassette, which is obviously where we're going to empty the toilet. But say rear, it's actually in the centre on this motorhome, but very much like what you're used to seeing. You've got the Thetford cassette in there, nice and easy to get out. You've got your Truma boiler and heating vent, your waste drainage lever with your waste pipe, your water fill-up point, so it's a whale water system. The hose pipe's in the garage all ready to go, and that's where we fill the water up. And then we've got a secondary access to the rear garage. Now, really nice. Obviously, the Adamo's looking down the side of the vehicle, very attractive motor, which is what you're going to get with your Fords. Obviously, what you're also going to experience is a much more user-friendly driving experience. Let's say when you do get behind the wheel of one of these Fords, it does feel like you're driving a large car more than it does like driving a van or a motorhome, which obviously many of you may already know and some of you are yet to know. But another benefit is obviously most of the Ford Transits come with the heated windscreen as well. Obviously a huge benefit that Ford own the rights for a long time and aren't looking like giving up anytime soon. But really nice to drive, and that's obviously one of your main benefits of the Ford. Bailey itself have come in and put this back end on it, the Adamo 75-4, really attractive motorhome, nice coloured schemes. You've got the silver cab with the silver wheels and the silver and blue decals coming down the side. And obviously looking round, it is a 2023, and you know I like to look at all the bumper corners and trims, but on this vehicle there really is no point. It's had one owner from new. It's put about 4,000 miles on it and took really good care of it, which you'll see as we go through the motorhome. But on the back you've got your reverse camera. If I go a bit closer, you'll see that that's fully adjustable. At the minute it's facing all the way back to be a rear view camera, but it can be dropped into reverse camera position. And speaking of that garage space, a very well designed garage space, which at the minute we've got the carpets in. Obviously we don't want to ruin those. We've got all the bits for the awning there, the wind out and the strengtheners, the water fill up hose pipe and a hookup lead, all ready to go with the next owner. Nice little LED bar on the right hand side, blow the place up, access both sides, and we've got power in the back as well. So if you're into e-bikes and mountain biking, we can put the bike straight in here, saving them rusting away on a bike rack that'd be mounted on the back. And if it is an e-bike, we can even charge them up while we're in there, whether we're on grid or off grid. Right up at the top then, you'll see you've got the Fiamma F45S full-length canopy. Really great benefit to motorhomes. I wouldn't buy one without it. It's just having that additional bit of security, knowing if it's raining, we can put the canopy out. If it's too hot and the sun's out, we can put the canopy out. And it just extends that motorhome width from a 2.2 to at least a 4-metre motorhome and a 4-metre usable space that you can use. The gas lockers on the passenger side, which you can see just there, that will hold 2 6-kilo bottles, and dare I say it, maybe a 13 and a 6. And then behind the passenger door, you've got both the hookup point, which we've got the vehicle plugged in now to help keep the battery charged, and we've also got where we're going to fill it with diesel. But obviously that's the outside. I'll pop the zoom on and I'll take you inside so you can see what the 75-4 DL has to offer. Now straight away walking in, excuse the footprints, a bit of a rainy day out here, but as soon as we walk in, we have this gorgeous lounge space. Now I'll have to stand a bit back so you can see it because it's that big. We've got a drop down bed above it with the 4 recessed LED downlights, 2 sofas on either side and 2 swivel seats. Now obviously you spoke, the dealers listened, the company's listened. A lot of people are wanting these pop-up seats. Now the reason for it is so that we can get these nice 2 sofas, nice lounging area. We haven't got to have that bulkhead that comes across here in the forward facing seats, so we can leave it as this really nice open space, much more comfortable area, somewhere you can really sit back and relax. And then very easily with these levers, you take the cushions off and spin these levers, and you've got 2 forward facing passenger seats with seat belts. Both of them are positioned next to a window on either side to make sure that it's obviously you don't feel like you're cramped in. It's a nice spacious seating, and you're sat directly behind the driver and passenger as if you would be in a normal car or SUV. Now the table, it's this big for a reason. It's just so everyone in the lounge can have access to it. So this lounge will seat 6 to 8 people quite comfortably at any given time. Or if there's only a few of you or 2 of you, there's no need to have the big table out. We can fold this over, push this in just here, and you've got your single table. Now it's a very workable table. It goes into this position here, so it's very central. We can spin it round if we so wanted to, or if we're just traveling somewhere and we want easy access in and out of the cab, we can move it right over like that, allowing to walk straight through and in and out of the driver's seat. The table also, with a push of a button, will drop down and also raise up. Now this works whether you're on battery or whether you're plugged in, and the reason for that is because this double drop down bed is not only going to drop down to here or here or here, it's going to go right down to the base of this seat. So it's a really accessible double drop down. Now the reason for that is obviously, well, mainly for the comfort, but the reason for the table then being on the electric is so we can drop that down in that gap to allow for the bed to come all the way down. Now moving forwards into the cab, you'll notice we've got the Bailey embroidered seating, really nice touch that they've done there. You've got the two-tone, you've got a little bit of the leather on the outside with the upholstery in the centre. Obviously winter comes, seats get very cold if they're full leather, which is why they like to keep the centre upholstery so it's not cold. But you'll notice you've got the fully automatic gearbox. On the steering wheel we do have cruise control and a speed limiter, and we've got all the hands-free as well. As I mentioned earlier, this button just here is for your heated windscreen, and if I get up close and personal you might actually just see all those heating elements embedded in that windscreen, which are going to warm it up without having to have your fans blowing really noisy. Cold air to start with before it goes warm, it gets rid of all that and just heats it up. So if you've got a full layer of snow on there, it'll heat the bottom layer and you'll be able to go outside and just push it all off in a wanna, making life much easier. Obviously you've got the full swivel seats, 2 armrests on either side, pretty much like your Peugeot and Fiat chassis. Obviously if you're looking at Mercedes chassis, you're more than likely just going to get the 1 armrest, which is alright for driving. But when you swivel them round, sometimes it does make a difference just to have the 2. And you know me guys, the skylight above the cab, absolutely love it, I go mad for it. Makes the place so much more open and spacious, and a lot more natural light coming in throughout the day. The other thing I'll mention is you've got heated windscreen mirrors, a full DAB radio and full Remis cab blinds. So we can black all that out, and if that's not enough, want to insulate it a bit more, we can put the curtains round, which are positioned on either side too. What also you're going to notice with this Adamo is little things like this. Nice little upholstery trims covering up the plastic windows. Just little bits like that do make a difference when you're spending a lot of time in them, going away and going on holiday. That little bit of extra touch of class that they're adding to these motorhomes moving forward, and I'm all here for it. The other thing that I'd like to point out is if you notice as I'm walking around, there's a lot of these LED reader lights, well 4 or 5 in total. A great benefit of these is on the base, if I point the light down, you've actually got a USB charging point, and all of them are near a shelf, so we can charge off each and every one of these lights. And the one thing that always frustrates me with motorhomes is not enough power points. But I go in the kitchen, I've got 2 on the side there, which is more than enough. An extra one up in the cupboard there, just as an additional one. So you know, with the Adamo, they have included all the bits that people have said and spoke about and brought up. They've gone and put it all together to create a really good motorhome here. Now, my favourite thing is the fact that I can step into this motorhome, I can look left, I can look right, and I've got nothing but space, whether that's space to sit down in or space to walk in, nothing but space. In the centre, we've got a really nice kitchen. We've got an extendable worktop on the right that I can lift up. And obviously it's on a magnet, really nice and sturdy as you can see. Obviously nice mixer tap and basin unit. And what's really good is these, so we can actually utilise the worktop space that was where the hob once was. In the older motorhomes, obviously you get the hob glass and they're all scratched to death because we're all using it as worktop space, but now you can do that without ruining your motorhome. And the great benefit is you've got the brand new Thetford separate oven grill here with the 3-ring burner and electric hot plate, which does mean we can cook on and off grid, and we can also use electric or gas depending on what fuel we want to use. But again, great benefit, great extra. On the opposing side, you do have your fridge, really nice fridge. If we pop it open, plenty of space in there as you can see, and then you've got the big freezer box up at the top. It is a 3-way fridge, so we can work it off gas, electric, or run it on the vehicle battery while travelling. We've got some great storage above there, and above the kitchen as well, and obviously below and to the side of the kitchen. Plenty of lighting. We've got these nice LED recessed lights tucked behind on the sides there as well. Two little ones that glow up to the front, and many reader lights, but it's all in LED to preserve that battery. And you might be wondering what this is just here as I'm panning around. All this is an isolator. So if I flick to rear, I can operate the rear electric bed. If I flick to front, I can now operate the front electric bed. It just isolates which one to make sure that it's safe. And obviously you've got your table just above there and a couple of light switches below. Going into the rear, you're going to see this gorgeous U-shaped lounge. Now, it just means you've got that additional space. Whether or not you go away as a family or friends, you might want to all be together in one lounge, but sometimes you might just want a little bit of personal space and just get your own time, just to chill out and get your head down, write up, read a book, watch a film, whatever it is you may do. And that's what this is going to offer to you. You're going to be able to have people in the front and people in the back. Now, it's not just obviously a U-shaped lounge. Obviously, we can drop the double bed right down to the same height as the seating. And what you will notice is that that bed goes all the way up to the edge. So we do have to take these cushions off in order to do so. But that's not where it stops. So it is a 4-berth 4-belt, but it's not always the case. Sometimes you go on holiday, you meet friends down by the coast, down by the seaside, and you might want to put them up for the night. And if that is the case, this area will turn into a full king-size bed. So essentially, underneath here, which you will be able to see from the photos, you've got a little handle there that you pull out on these grey runners, and all the bed lats fall in, and quite literally, the cushions just fall into shape afterwards, meaning that you can have a double bunk bed if you so wish. Again, in the back, we've got more of these LED reader lights with the USB charging. We're a nice flat worktop neck nearby, same with this one. So we can charge anything anywhere in the vehicle. Wardrobes either side, both with hanging rails in. Really nice and wide wardrobes, really deep as well, so we can get bigger items in. And then obviously you've got your shelving units. We can utilise these for shoes, clothing, trousers, tops, all folded up. But these are the same ones that you've seen in the garage. So if I push that door, we're now outside. So this can be stuff here that you want both in and out, which is making it very practical. Above, you've also got two deep overhead lockers up there. Again, more clothing storage it can be utilised for, or board games, anything that you like. In the centre of obviously the motorhome, we have spoke about the kitchen. But if I move on to the washroom, you will notice it's a very modern washroom, very sleek, very nice, very clean. I really like the concrete effect that they're doing in the Adamo range. It's just very modern, futuristic, but simple at the same time. Not over the top and not boisterous. And you can tell it's going to age really well. So individual taps for the shower, not a 2-in-1. Really nice, large area. So I'm quite a big lad. I'm stepping in. I've got plenty of room. I can spin around as many times as I want. I'm not knocking all the walls and smashing things and knocking things over. Swivel toilet, really nice basin unit, one that I've not yet seen before. It's a little bit different to what you're used to. And then behind this mirror, you've got plenty of storage as well. Nice little drying rail up at the top, so we can utilise it as a drying room, not just a washroom. But all in all, guys, as far as 4-berth 4-belts motorhomes go, I'm not sure how many are out there that are going to offer this much space within 7.5 metres. And obviously, if you want to, 3.5 tonnes, as that's what it comes out of factory with. Comes with great materials. Everything looks like it's built to last. The colours look like they're going to last as well. Nothing out there that's too boisterous and in your face that's going to be a temporary design and out soon enough. Plenty of space. Rear lounge is large, front lounge is large, all the windows are big, skylights are big. It's a lovely place to be. But if you have any more questions on this one, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can either drop us an email, give us a call on 01158 223 157, and any questions you've got, we're more than happy to do our best to help them. But we do advise, if you're thinking about coming to view a motorhome, just give us a heads up, whether it's a day, whether it's an hour. We just like to make sure they're plugged in as they are now. We'll get the heating on, hot water going, and it just gives you a really good idea of what the motorhome is going to be like to use yourself, rather than walking in and stepping inside one of those cold, dark motorhomes. You walk in, it's nice and warm, TV's on, and all the rest of it. So it's been a pleasure doing the video for you. Any questions, please get in touch, and we look forward to getting some more motorhomes in stock so we can show you what they're about and all the benefits and all the best features. But I'd like to thank you for watching. See you soon.